It's thinking about it.
Hey, here we are.
All right, we're live for the season 3 premiere of the Guns and Radio podcast. We have a hell of a show for you today. We're going to be comparing albums to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Use Your Illusion. We're gonna make Use Your Illusion 1 go head to head with Use Your Illusion 2. Use Your Illusion 2, and we're gonna see. Easy for you to say. And we're gonna see which one is the better album. We're gonna talk about some Chicago business, and we're gonna review Life's Sweet Drug. We got some guests with us, as you can tell if you're watching the video version. Brando's here. Jeff is gonna be coming in a little bit later, and we're gonna have a good time. So with that, let's hit the intro and get the show started. What do you say, guys?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guns in Radio podcast. And now, give it up for your hosts, Chris Caputo and Dustin Bones.
Season 3 of the Guns and Radio podcast. I want to start out by welcoming Brando back to the show. Let's give him a round of applause.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice, very awesome of you. Oh, thank you. I can tell you right now, this is the biggest piece of shit shirt I've ever bought.
Why?
At GNR. Well, for one, it's already curling up at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's paper thin, so it was great for the day of the show because it was so fucking hot out there. But like for everyday wear, once I wear it on this podcast, I'm gonna put it away somewhere and maybe eventually frame it and hang it up somewhere. I shouldn't have took the sticker off of it, but I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna keep it.
Exactly.
So
Fine.
yeah.
That's fine. Well, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here, man. I've
Yeah,
been seeing
dude,
a
thank
lot
you.
of I've been seeing a lot of activity from your show on Facebook and on everywhere else, man. What's new? What's exciting that we can talk about that's coming up?
Well, you follow me. That's why you see me doing all these things on Facebook. It's in your face. No, it's been cool. I hit 300 episodes recently, which is quite. It doesn't feel like that. It just really doesn't. And I got to interview Jerry Cantrell recently, which is great. And bouncing it was. I just never thought it would happen. And to bounce off the Chicago thing, I've been doing fan reviews of this leg of the tour, whatever you want to call it. We're effing back. I don't know if that's the official name, but doing so. I did a review with a couple of fans that were at Wrigley Field as well. So that was cool. I don't know if I don't think I've done every single show along the stop, but to get at least one or two, maybe 3 fans, just random people that went to these shows and that want to review it on the podcast and they get that experience. That's been fun, unexpected, fun thing that I've been doing.
What you went to a couple yourself. What do you think about this compared to the Not in This Lifetime tour?
The only major difference is probably, I mean, there are different things. Believe it. That's usually the thing that people go off like, oh, it's the same show. They didn't have Absurd. That in itself is something else. Other than that, it's the same. I'm still enjoying myself. I've been to 2. Going to 1 wasn't enough. I'm going to 3. I'm going to be in Baltimore in a few days.
Okay.
I'm enjoying myself.
Nice.
What'd you think about Absurd? We said our piece.
It caught me off guard at how much actually I liked it. I didn't like Silkworms. I never really paid attention to it. And somebody starts messaging me these lyrics, and I was like about to block them. Let's see, like maggots. Like, why are you messaging me these weird lyrics? And like, it's Silkworms. That's the new song, and it's just something with Axl, the way he performs it live, that he's into it, and whatever Slash did to it, I enjoy it. Is it Strange? Is it November Rain? Is it Welcome to the Jungle? Is it is it top 5, top 10, even top 20? No, but I like it. I'm glad they're playing it.
Yeah, I'm glad we got something there.
Yeah, they did something.
Yeah. So when you went to your shows, did they sound check hard school at those?
I'm not confident either way. I'm not sure if they did it. They definitely didn't do it at the first show at Hershey Park. And no, they wouldn't have. I don't think they would have a hard checked. That's the second time I did it on my podcast. I said hard checked. I have a hockey internet. So they sound checked hard school. Probably not at MetLife because that was only the second time they played Absurd. So I don't think they did. But it's interesting, that they're not only sound checking it, but Slash's account put it on his TikTok. Even though Megan's in charge of that, I guess.
That'll get. I was gonna say she's in charge of most of the stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure gives her carte blanche. It's like having.
That's true.
I can't get this view of myself. Shoot this for me,
Yeah.
And it's probably the same thing with Susan McKagan. She posted a check of Hard School as well, but apparently that was taken down. You could speculate.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk some takedown business here in a little bit. There was one more thing I want to ask you about, Brando.
Introduce Jeff, or is he going to sit there like a goof? Jeff, he's just going to sit there.
Oh, Jeff's with us. Yeah, Jeff's.
I guess feel bad not being introduced. He's just sitting there.
Oh yeah. Well, Jeff meet Brando. Brando meet Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely know. Am I live?
Yes,
yeah, dude, we
sir.
are live.
Oh crap,
You're
man!
live,
I'm sorry,
baby.
guys. I'm usually used to you guys just bouncing me in when I come in on when you want to talk. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was like in the box yet. That's my mistake. Hey, Brando, buddy, how's life, man?
It's good, and yeah, you sound like you're in a helicopter, so it's fun.
Oh, my apologies, guys.
No, it's just the mic. I can hear you. Just, I don't know.
The blades weren't.
Yeah,
Doing the weather report.
No, sorry, Dustin. I didn't hear what you were saying. Just because I know we were going to be live either, but just seeing Jeff sit there, I felt like I couldn't help but be distracted since we're looking at each other. So I'm just.
So for us,
sorry, man. I didn't know I was in the room. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good, man. Jeff's been on plenty of times. I mean, we have Jeff on because it's our premiere, and we want more people in a minute for our Use Your Illusion bit to give their feedback, and we also invite you guys watching live to give your feedback when we get to that section of the show. Frost says that he just made it home with the frames for his posters. We're going to tell that story later on. And let's see. So, Brando, the thing I want to ask you about, I was listening to your show the other day, and from the sound of things, you're I'm gonna mute Jeff real quick while he does his changeover. Or are you done? Oh, he's good.
All
Okay.
right, he's good.
Does this
All right,
sound
sweet,
better,
never mind.
gentlemen? I'm sorry.
100 times better. Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize.
You're good.
No problem. No problem.
Baby.
It seems like you've joined us recently on the black sheep of the family kind of side of this GNR fandom. Is that still going on, or have you heard anything back from the banning of your show from GNR members?
No, there's nothing I've ever been told directly, and I mean I don't know how much you've talked about it on here, and I invited Rick Dunsford on an episode, and it's something I just had been going for a while. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough, like how I mentioned Jerry Cantrell, but there have been some obstacles that have happened, beyond just like being in radio and typical interview and trying to make a name for yourself, typical obstacles. But, when I'm told from two different people that I trust that Guns N' Roses management is, to paraphrase, sent out a text saying don't do interviews with him anymore. It was like, hey, it has to be, all interviews must be approved. And I was named through that. And I guess if you listen to my show, I try not to be a black sheep, but I don't try to be controversial. Not even a kiss ass. I'm pretty. I like to think I'm down the line. I think, if anything, that's the only
You're
thing
respectful.
I'm respectful. Yeah, I'm not going to be a homer where I'll be honest about something. But if there is a moment that it may not be my favorite, or this night wasn't the best, or it's not my favorite, I can't think of an exact example right now. But what I'm not exactly 100% rah person, which I don't know. You got to be. Who's like that with anything? I guess like that level of obsession with anything in life is a little weird, where you can't look at something critically. But I never go over the top. I don't know these people. I have fun. It's music. I don't know Axl Rose. I'm lucky I've gotten to interview some people that I've admired just through doing this. So nothing's just ever happened. It's just unfortunate. I just decided to talk about it because people would, they still ask me, when Richard comes back on, when you're going to get Melissa on, and I just feel like an idiot at some point. Like, I don't know how many times am I going to say that. Well, here's what happened. Here's what I've been told happened, and I tried putting it out, an olive branch. I guess I wasn't overly aggressive with it. But it was more for just my listeners to know what was going on and to continue to hopefully build just a good reputation for me. And whatever reason he has, whatever miscommunication that there is, gets cleared up down the road. But I don't want to keep forcing it or harping on it. It was just because I even got paranoid about Jerry Cantrell canceling because of that, because he's tight with Duff. And that's been a reason before why I don't get guests, because they're close with GNR people. Which it doesn't make sense because I've interviewed family members. It's just, again, it doesn't make sense. And I've just needed to get it out there for people to know what I'm experiencing, despite all the quote unquote successful opportunities I've had.
Yeah, I mean that I don't understand the point of not promoting the band and everything, but I don't understand Team Brazil's fucking business model as it is, of not doing shit and sitting on our ass and, I don't know, fucking jerking off playing video games. I don't know what the fuck they like to do. It sure ain't manage a band.
They only manage one fucking band. That's what fucking I don't get.
I know. How hard could it be?
I don't know. And what you guys may not like, I'm just hesitant to cross that line and be like, hey, they're this, they're being lazy, they're assholes. I don't know them. I know just with anybody in life, all three of you, just in your daily lives, people don't know what's going on. They don't know exactly what you're doing. They only see what's on the surface. And I see that with people with me. They think, sorry, I'm moving my camera. Like, I post pictures with celebrities, and that's just crazy opportunities I've had over the years. You live some life of luxury. I'm sitting in kitty litter right now, and I don't live luxury. I have a very fortunate and been able to live a life with my career, but I'm just using that as an example that I don't know what's going on with them, and until I get direct contact, I don't want to go full heel with it. You guys can. I just don't want to go full heel and just leave it up to hopefully miscommunication and something happens down the road. Because I never want to force an interview either. Because I never want.
I mean,
that's something else.
We don't say anything out of the way. Like we don't go out of our way to insult him. But I mean, we make fun of people. Yeah, we do that. I mean, we're a comedy show. So, I mean,
we joke a lot. I don't know.
You guys are fine, because if anything, I use a lot of sports comparisons, and I know you guys are sports guys. You guys are and even Jeff, who can get salty at times. Other than profanity, you're not saying anything worse than a sports show talk. Imagine a sports show in New York. The Jets, the Giants, the Mets, everyone is killing them. The management, the president, fire them. They need to be, everything. The worst thing in the book, other than profanity, you can say on the radio.
Oh yeah,
that's being a fan. That's allowed, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't feel good trying to complete the painting of what they may be in my life or may look at me like. Because there's also a part of me that thinks that there is a miscommunication, that they are given bad intel from a bad GNR fan. And I think there's part of me that believes that is happening. So I'm just going to continue just to be what I am. I like to think a nice guy in therapy and go on from there. Now, hopefully they'll give me an opportunity at some point.
Well, all they got to do is listen to the fucking show. I mean, if they listen to ours, they're going to be pissed. But I mean, if they listen to yours,
You want to connect with fans, and they don't need my or any of our publicity. They're Guns N' Roses. There are other fans they may need it, but there's something going on. And what I've offered is a disconnect between the band and the fans. There really is, and fans are upset. And you see a lot of fans that are saying nasty things about Team Brazil or about the band online. And
don't worry, Beta's got their back. She'll just rip you a new asshole online and down the road.
That's so stupid. Though.
I mean, when she starts firing back, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
I agree with you on that one though. It's what you're alluding to. I thought it was very. Somebody's like, yeah, fuck hard school, absurd. The song sucks. Commented. I don't know if it was on her Instagram, and she just, fans like you don't belong on this planet. Like the world would be better off without fans like you. So I'm paraphrasing, but not much.
It was really fucked up.
Look, do I really believe that wanted that fan to kill themselves? No. But in this day and age, you don't know what's going to set somebody off.
Right.
It's not worth it. And if you're a management representation of a band, you can't speak like that. You can't go down to control level. So, that's what I mean. I can be critical. Am I calling her, a bad person? I just think that was not a good interaction from band to management. That looked really bad.
Well, Franz is watching, and he's talking about, because Mason said that you've got the Fargo litho in the background, and that was one of his favorites from the tour so far. I liked the 60s one they just did, the Happy Days one, personally.
That is a very cool one. I'm lucky I have the Fargo one, because I did not go. But a listener of mine sent it to me. I didn't even ask.
Wow. Oh, that's really cool.
Awesome.
I'm very, those are the things like I'm lucky, about. So those are the things I always want to come across. Hopefully to Team Brazil and people that I think people see that, but for whatever reason, they got this moat around them and whatever. I get 300 episodes. I had Teddy Zigzag and Roberta Freeman on recently talking about Use Your Illusion. So I'm doing what I got to do despite everything.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm reading Franz is watching, and he says that speaking about lithos, that's another beef that Team Brazil's got themselves into with one of the artists. Have you heard of that? Have you heard that story yet?
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
Supposedly they're not coming full circle with the moolah of the designers.
What do you mean? Like they're not getting paid enough?
Correct. Or fulfilling contracts financially.
Oh.
Interesting.
Or at all, correct.
Oh, hey, Rick's watching. Hey, Team Brazil. Show some love for Team Brazil. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, Rick. We're not going to talk about it.
Time out.
It's also my affiliation since I like Rick. That makes me bad since I like Rick.
That's probably where we...
For those of you who don't know, since Franz and Rick are both in the chat, and since they both know this happened,
the stream is going to be shut down.
That's fine. We can keep recording on StreamYard. So.
Franz said that Rick was a legend for wearing his T-shirt to the show.
Oh yeah.
and I left out the fucking part, but he was a fucking legend.
I'll say this then, Rick will appreciate it, and it's on. And this is good because I think I brought it up in my Chicago review, but I never actually had the conversation. I guess my brain still just forgot to talk about Rick and the Chicago thing. But when I had Rick to do my "Don't Ban Me" episode, he came on the show with the "Kill Your Idols" shirt.
Kill your idiots.
Yeah. It was that famous Axl shirt, "Kill Your Idols." So Rick has a nice Team Brazil custom version, and I asked him politely not to wear it so people don't associate with me wanting to murder Team Brazil. So thank you for taking shirts, and just so Team Brazil knows I don't want to cause them any physical harm. Neither does Rick.
Well, I don't either. I just wish that they'd be a little bit more transparent.
I know.
That's it.
Well, there was
I agree.
There was some debate. Rick says it is a beautiful shirt. There is some debate. There was some decision on what shirt Rick was going to wear to the Chicago show, so he didn't stand out. And I think he picked the perfect one because of the location on the back. So when he was getting thrown out,
Yeah. So I didn't talk. Whatever. That's Rick's story to tell. If you guys want to talk about it, it's.
I mean, there's some.
Rick, I love you, buddy. I said, if your wife doesn't leave you, do whatever you want. You know, as long as you your children, do whatever you want, man.
Happy wife, happy life, baby.
Exactly. As long as she's cool with you, you could do whatever you want.
What's up, Bailey? Thank you for watching and commenting and enjoying the show. Mason says I should have wore my Where's Rick shirt. Yeah.
That was when they started making shirts like that up.
After what happened, we should be selling those. Why don't we sell those yet?
Shit, let's do it.
I wouldn't be any infringement.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
Put that on your shop. I think that would be smart, actually.
We'd have to put it on Rick's shop since it's his shirt. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna wait till the end of the show to talk a little bit about what happened to Rick in Chicago at the show.
You experienced.
But I'm going to tell very little. I'm going to give the basics. I'm going to give my opinion only, and the facts of what I know went down, and I'm not going to really say too much because the matter is not fully resolved yet. That's all I can say. There's an ongoing thing that's going on with that, and I'm going to wait till the end of the show, and I'm going to say what I got to say about it. So if anybody's here to hear that, you'll have to hold off because I'm not going to... And I'm just going to tell you might be disappointed because I'm not going to give out just a whole lot of info. I'm not going to show all of our cards. Listen to this. Listen to this comment from Franz. He said, I'll do it. He's in my ass. That's where Rick is. Sure.
Yes.
I can just see Rick's face coming out like...
Shining. Yes, Ricky.
Like The Shining, you said. We should be doing our own fucking lithographs and shit, man.
The Rick and
Like Ace Ventura out of the rhino's ass. That's what he's
Oh yeah, the Ace Ventura. Yeah. Oh, Rick seems to agree with the. He says, yes, we need a graphic. Oh, man. Well, we're going to talk about Chicago a little bit. Actually, I could tell you some shit that happened in Chicago because I know Rick's watching and I know Frost is watching, and they were both with me almost the whole time. Dude, okay, how do I word this? So, there were... In the state of Illinois, there are some things that are legal. Yeah, Rick, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to that. There are some things that are legal in Illinois that they're not so much other places. And I had acquired me a good, healthy dose of this medicine. This is the day before the show, by the way. Rick had gotten into town. Frost was on his way to town, and we were going to meet up with Frost that night. But before we met up, I wanted to be in the right state of mind. So yeah, I was preparing. The deadliest night in Chicago. That's right, Frost. I was preparing for this. And I love hard and loud rock and roll music. Well, thank you, Karen. We do too. We're going to be playing some of that later on, so Stick around. I'd gotten me a good healthy dose, and I was coming. I'd went and hidden that because you can't smoke it anywhere you want. Yeah, but you have to be on private property. But that was not an option for me because I was staying in a hotel, so I went down an alley and kind of ducked down behind a dumpster, like a good person. And
you can smoke on the street in Chicago. As long as it's
Well,
not smoking like area. I mean, if you're just like on your a stoop or something, you can smoke a joint. Not that I would know, but just letting you know.
I was unaware of that because I looked up the law and it said you
Alright.
had to be on private property. So I
Oh,
was hiding.
property. Yeah, so I got it. Yeah, most yeah, continue.
Yeah. So I get a good healthy dose here, and then I get a phone call from Rick, and he's out by the hotel. So I go, okay, sweet. So I'll just come around. So I go around, and now I'm not stoned yet because it creeps up on you, or at least this one did. So about the time it hit, me and Rick and my girlfriend, we're fucking about a block away from the hotel. And now I'm stoned and I look around and all of a sudden a fucking parade broke out. And I don't mean like a fucking organized parade. It was like chaos. The street became gridlocked with all of these cars holding Mexican flags and people stopping to get out of their car and wave the flag around. And some people were standing on the car. Some people were riding on the hood of the cars. And Rick's looking at me like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, I don't fucking know. And so Becky, my girlfriend Becky, she wanted to go to some fountain that was like down half a mile away. And every time we had to, she's like, come on, let's go. So she's casually walking through traffic, like not even giving a shit. And here's me and Rick, like freaked out. What the fuck's going on? Trying to keep up with her while not running in the just middle of fucking traffic. And so we get there to the fountain, and it's a beautiful fountain. I've got some great photos of it. I didn't post a lot of photos because, I didn't want everybody knowing Rick was around yet. And let's see. I don't think that's true because that's how Rick almost got arrested. I'm not sure, though, the first time. I'm not sure what you mean. Elaborate, and we'll see what you're talking about. So I get around we get past the fountain. Now, Becky's wanting to go on past the fountain to another site in Chicago. So we get to the street, and now it's like a 5-lane highway, and it's gridlocked, and I'm not crossing that. So we headed back to the hotel, and we decided to watch the chaos from our window, because our window was on the 3rd floor, so you could see the street and everything just fine. And so smoking on the sidewalk. I don't know if he's done that or not. You'd have to ask Rick. But we get back to the hotel and we're watching all this chaos. And then I totally forgot about Frost, that we were supposed to be meeting him at Rick's hotel. Because Rick didn't stay in the same hotel I did, but Mason and Rick stayed in the same hotel. So we were like, oh shit. So I'm gonna text this kid, because now Frost is driving in to Chicago while all this is going on. And I said, how far are you out, man? And he said about 15 minutes. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening, bro. You might want to add a little time to that. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, you'll see. We didn't want to ruin the surprise. I mean, it could just be us being assholes, but I thought it was funnier that way. And so yeah, our first day in Chicago turns out it was Mexican Independence Day, and they organized their own parade. They didn't need Donald Trump to give them a parade, and I commend them for it. Good for you for having your own parade, because nothing. And so Rick's cab driver's like, yeah, this is the deadliest night in Chicago. People die all the time, and Rick told us that right as we're walking through the middle of it, and I'm like, well, fuck, is that going to be us? I don't know. And I would have enjoyed that a lot more in hindsight had I known I was going to live through it. And I think that's pretty much the way of a lot of things in life. The fact that we're going to live through it is a piece of information we should always have when going into something like that, because had I known that, I would have enjoyed it a whole lot more. But
this
yeah,
is
that's
to the show, or just catching up with Rick.
just catching up with Rick. We were going to go see some sights and enjoy Chicago, because every time we've gone to see GNR in some big city or something, we always show up the day before the show, and then we fucking we don't ever get to do anything but sit in front of the door and wait on the show to start. And Frost wants me to talk about how I went live walking to their hotel. Okay, so Frost got there, and I promised that we would hang out with him and we'd meet him and all this other stuff, and I wanted to. But the first night, it just wasn't plausible. There was no way. Like, Rick was lucky to get an Uber and all that shit from my hotel back to his. Now, to get to Rick's hotel, you had to take a subway to a bus stop. When you got to the bus stop, you had to get on the bus and then take the bus back to the hotel. So, I'm gonna snooze this, wanting me to restart. I fucked up. It was the next morning, and I woke up, and Becky will sleep through anything, so she's long asleep. So I kind of shook her and told her where I was going, and then I headed up to the hotel, so we could get breakfast for free at Rick's hotel, because they do that free breakfast there. And they don't know me. They don't know that I'm not staying there, because Rick's going to let me in, and I'm going to go get free breakfast. And so I was like, fuck yeah. So I get on the subway, ride the subway for about 9 stops. I think it took about 15 minutes on the subway to get to the bus stop. I get to the bus stop, and I'm watching for the bus, and I'm like, well, it says on Google that the bus should be here any minute, but there ain't a bus in sight. Then I realize, it's across the street. So as I'm crossing the street, the bus pulls in, stops, and then leaves. And so I'm like, oh, shit. And Brando probably is not thinking anything of this, because he's from New York. He's used to this kind of thing, I'm sure. I am not. So the fact that I knew to get on the bus stop is a miracle in its fucking self.
I drive everywhere, though, here. I have too much anxiety to take the trains and buses and all that, so I drive everywhere, man.
It's fucking awkward, dude. That's the thing nobody tells you about the subway.
You store your car. You park your car in New York, or you park it in like Jersey to save money, Brando.
Oh, he makes that big iHeartRadio money. He makes that Howard Stern money. He don't give a fuck about parking. Are you crazy?
Yeah, I make that handicap parking. I get handicap parking. That's what I get. I got it. And also, that's another reason why I drive. But even like when I would take the subways and stuff, I am so directionally challenged. I'm lucky I know my way to the bathroom in my own apartment. Like, I need people to tell me. I used to have a stack of directions in my car. So yeah, I don't take any chances with. That's always part of the anxiety, is getting to the venue. And yeah, I heard that.
Agree.
Yeah, so that's always part of it. Yeah, exactly.
So I get off the subway, I get over to the right bus stop, and the bus is leaving. So I go, oh fuck, I got to catch the next one. So there was another bus coming, but it wasn't going to take me where I needed to go. So I look up and I'm like, okay, there's a specific bus I'm looking for, and when's it going to loop back? And there was going to be another bus going to the same place, but it was 45 minutes away. So I get on Google Maps and I put in the directions to Rick's hotel, and I put it in like you're walking, and it was a 20-minute walk versus a 45 minutes of sitting on my ass at the bus stop, and I didn't want to miss this free fucking breakfast. And I got my priorities, goddammit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to hoof it. So I just decided to walk. So I'm walking along the mean streets of Chicago. Nobody's bothered me. I mean, I'm just sightseeing and everything. But then, I'm like, man, this is getting way too easy. Something's going to happen. I'm going to step in shit or something, or gum or something, surely. And then I start coming upon this bridge that looks fucking creepy and looked like a good place to get raped. And I don't go places. If I'm afraid I'm going to get raped, ain't nobody got no business in this fucking place. Me, a 300 pound man. So I'm looking at this place going like, oh man, this is rapey and I don't like it. So I put what Frost is talking about. I turned on Facebook Live and I just held my phone while I was walking through under this creepy ass bridge, because it It was a long way. And then I got out from under the bridge and looked around, and this was a sketch part of town that I was walking through, so I just kept it rolling. Like, if I'm going to get mugged, this fucker's going to get caught. And, yeah, so then Rick's wife, of all people, commented on my live stream. And she's like, I don't understand what's going on. Did you go live in case you got mugged? And I said, yep. That's exactly what I did. But no, we got there. We had a good breakfast. We had a good time. We hung out pretty much all day. The day of the show. Got to hear Hard School sound checked minus Axel. But I think we can all imagine what that's going to sound like now. Fucking day. I can do that and fill in the gaps if anybody needed me to.
Yeah.
And,
How much of it do you think they're going to keep from the original, though? What do you think? I mean,
oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Hopefully
it's just
all
going to
of
be like the same. It's just like, oh, here's Slash and Duff on guitars.
It sounded the same.
Yeah.
Because I
Maybe
was
we'll put, like, a
singing
different
along.
breakdown.
Yeah.
and how much do we believe about that? Did you guys see that Instagram photo of the young
Oh,
lady
the fan?
who got
Yeah.
brought back?
Oh, the groupie? Yeah, we saw the groupie.
Do we
Yeah.
believe
I
that?
don't know.
It has been taken down as well.
I was gonna say though, like, but isn't like GNR not having like anyone else backstage because of like, you know, COVID and this pandemic? So why would like one person somehow get in there?
It's like
Wait,
that-
have you seen that one person though? She was fucking hot. That's how she got it back there, bro.
Yeah, but I think Axel respects, you know, like COVID restrictions and all that other shit and social distancing to like not, you know, have like one person come in there and then who the fuck
Light the
knows what
fuse.
happens.
Light the fuse. I don't.
Bro.
Was it real?
She
I mean,
was
50 years
hot.
old.
I don't know.
What? Oh, thank you, honey.
I gotta get me one of those. What's that? Sketty, man? I'm just kidding.
Pork chops.
I'm extremely happy at the moment.
I shouldn't be eating while I'm doing a podcast, but you know, I've done worse. But no, dude, this chick was hot. That's how she got back. Axel don't give a fuck about COVID when it comes to getting laid. And you know what?
So he probably gave her a test, made her wait 35 minutes, and then she like.
Could have been.
Now
They're probably rapid
now
testing
he's ready
everyone
to see you.
Gives her a COVID test, not an STD test. Let's see. Frost says we'll wait for Hard School to show up on the Dustin Bones YouTube.
That is not you, by the way.
That is not me. Everybody
Like the
thinks
millionth
that's me.
It's not you.
It's not me. No.
I
different-
really, until this moment, I thought it was you.
Everybody does. Everybody does, and Rick doesn't do me any favors with not spreading that rumor.
That's funny.
Because Rick will tell it's me to anybody that'll listen, and it's not me. I mean, if he wanted to prove it was me that bad, he spent the night for 3 nights. He slept in this room. My computer was not locked during that time. All he had to do was go on and look.
Like, yeah. Come on.
See? Look at the comments. See what I mean? Now Vince Neil, yeah, I'll admit that's me.
Yeah.
I think that we that room produced. So he's got a shitty recording setup. That doesn't mean anything.
I was gonna say, is Rick a sound engineer now? He knows this shit.
Oh man, let's see what we got here from Franz. Pitcher was proven to be legit and taken down because jealous bitches made nasty comments toward her. Okay.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was-
I would expect Chelsea. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
felt
well-
bad. Then they picked up. It's funny. There's a Twitter account that picked up her story, this fan story, and then you see Blabbermouth and other websites pick up that story. So Guns N' Roses fans are making the news for the band. It seems.
Yeah.
But
I know, man.
it's bringing unwanted attention, and yeah, it's if you're me and you're prepared for a certain attention, some you may not want, but these are just fans telling their stories, and then all these haters come out and make them take down the that's why they take down their posts. Like, it's just not worth it. Sharing this memory, and there's a lot of support, but there's enough trolls out there to just, telling me my experience was fake. That's messed up. Not cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I slept with a band member, I'd be telling everybody.
I don't know.
I mean, shit, you've been listening to the show long enough, you know that I'm Eskimo Brothers with the lead singer for Saliva, and I have not stopped bragging about that ever since I found out we banged the same chick. So,
the original singer?
I don't know, Josie Scott.
Yeah,
He
Josie.
is.
Yeah, he is. Man, they
So Josie Scott, come on the show, man. We got some stuff to talk about.
They
Yeah.
played early on. I think after Your Disease came out at my college. And man, you can just tell they were all going to get laid right after. As soon as they were done with their set, they just went to the front, the front row, and they started making out with girls.
You and you. Honestly, that's probably how it happened. She claims that they met in a bar. That's the sad truth, Brando. What about the groupies or? He's talking about the fans. The fans
like
getting
fans thing,
girls.
My life, I got my sad life. I got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I hook.
You feel bad. I remember the first time it was years ago, as just a fan, I posted on a forum that I met Bumblefoot, and people were like, no, you didn't. Show me proof. Show me pic. Like, what?
That's the thing, though, with this generation, Brando, like, with their camera phones and everything. Like, when I got in the pit in Cincinnati, my buddies were like, photo proof, or it never happened. So, like, this generation of kids, they just want proof, and they won't get off your ass until they get it.
Yeah, this is the generation of pics or it didn't happen.
Literally, I was going to say the same thing. Like,
and instant gratification, too, because of it.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
this generation is not going to be Guns N' Roses fans, then, are they? Instant gratification and proof. I mean, I guess you got proof of Hard School because they sound checked it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, we got proof it exists because,
They can deny plausibility until they do it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, see, that's the stupid thing. All they had to do is say that those leaks were fake, and everybody would believe them. That's what fucking DJ did.
Yeah.
I don't
Rick,
believe for a sec.
Rick wants everyone to know that he met Bumblefoot.
We both did numerous times, a whole lot.
And him not coming on my podcast is not a management thing. I run into people just not wanting to talk about Guns N' Roses. And even though he talks about Guns N' Roses every interview he does, that's not up to him. People ask about it, and he doesn't want to. And obviously he would, even though I've told him, hey, if you want to talk about Sons of Apollo, whatever you want. He's politely declined a bunch of times because, DNR, I guess, brings up bad memories for him or something.
Yeah, he
That was
wasn't
your
happy.
First interview, wasn't it?
What's that?
Wasn't he your first interview?
My first radio interview ever. So when I was just,
right?
not on the podcast, that was on
Yeah.
a station.
Yeah.
God, that I interviewed him. So he's a nice guy. But
Do you have a tape of that?
I'm part of it.
Why don't you play it on your show?
I have. You should listen. No,
Not to all 300 episodes. I haven't. No.
No, and I put it online too. Just a short. I wish I had the whole thing. The whole thing was 45 minutes. I didn't know what I was doing. I was so nervous. But the part I kept for an air check, like what you make like a 2-3 minute demo to apply for future stations. I mean, sorry if you know, some people don't. Of him asking about the album before it came out, and he's like, "Well, it's really well produced, And he's like, "There's no way." He's like, "I don't know when it's come out. All these downloading MFers, the guy's gonna have to wait." I'll send you the clip.
Okay. Yeah, I love Bumblefoot, man. Like, Bumble is one of the nicest human beings I've ever met, let alone famous or whatever. I don't know if he's famous or.
Well, that's why we would get along if we didn't. That's why the whole thing with getting certain members. I know that I would have a good time when talking to them, but there's this Guns N' Roses barrier that makes it difficult. For whatever reason.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, if we had somebody, if Bumble wanted to come on, hell, if DJ wanted to come on, when they'd say, like, no Guns N' Roses talk, fuck, I'd change the name of the show for an episode to get those guys on.
I've offered it. I mean, I basically spoke no Guns N' Roses with Richard Fortus to try to prove a point, even despite some criticism from fans. But obviously, my plan did not work because I'm banned.
Yeah, well, welcome to the club, bud. We'll get you a T-shirt. Rick, hook him up.
Do it. We're gonna get varsity jackets now.
We were never important enough to get banned. That's the
We just associate ourselves with people who have been.
Yeah.
Guilty by association.
Yeah, nobody, even like in Chicago, nobody said a word to me. I stayed for almost the whole show before I got bored and left.
Yeah.
But man, now I see your point though. I mean, and you've always been professional. Like, you don't hound these guys with all the shit that the fans want to know. So I mean, I don't get what the fucking point of all that is.
Because people won't come back on your show if they have a bad experience. Maybe back in the day, the shock you develop with that reputation. But now it's like, I know certain people that won't go on. I'll just use an example, like, I'll try to use, I don't want to use examples. I'll just say there is like a big name rock star that I know won't go on another podcaster's podcast again because of his first experience. He was trying to promote like an album, and the guy's asking about all like these blabbermouth kind of clickbaity things. And this came to me from this label person was telling me. He's like, "We'll never do that podcast again." So that shit
or
happens.
a podcast again. Did he fuck it up for everybody?
No, because he did mine.
Okay.
Yeah. And I waited. Yeah, and then I waited on this person for a few years to just prove myself, and it was the right time. Kind of thing. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, guys, we're going to change gears for a second, and we're going to talk about Use Your Illusion. As we all know, the 30th anniversary of one of the greatest albums of all time, double albums, has come and gone. We're a little bit late, but
it's all right. We're like
You're
3
Guns N'
days
Roses
late.
fans, you're used to late.
Exactly. Axel fashionably late rose, man. Come on.
considering if we weren't live, you wouldn't be hearing this for another 2 or 3 weeks. So,
That's true.
I mean, there's that to contend with.
Yeah.
But we've decided what we want to do is we want to do a battle of the tracks where we're going to go track by track from Use Your Illusion 1 to Use Your Illusion 2. We're going to compare the first track to each of the albums, decide which one was better, then we'll do the second track, and so on and so on. Now, there is an odd number out, so we're going to cut out Dead Horse and Coma since they're the last 2 songs on Use Your Illusion. We have to because there's not 2 songs on Use Your Illusion 2 for them to compete
the
with.
longest song on both albums.
I gotta say, right away, this whole thing is foul.
I told him.
All right,
well,
you can take one song from the Illusion album and put it on the
other,
and you can balance them
so
out.
You have an
right?
even 15.
Okay, we'll do that.
Which
I'll
one
move
has
Coma.
Which one has more again? One has more.
One has 2 more songs than 2. So I'll take Coma off of the bottom of Use.
Oh, you can take it the covers if you want. I'm not
Yeah,
take
take the covers out.
I don't think that's fair either
Never let
because the
die
covers.
All right, well,
Yeah,
your show. It's your show. Do what you want.
Yeah. I think we should move one to the other then.
Fuck it.
yeah. We'll just move Coma over, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So the first track up on Use Your Illusion 1 is Right Next Door to Hell.
Great tune.
Great song, enjoyable. We've reviewed it on this show before. We said everything we had to say about it. Versus another song we've reviewed. We also have reviewed Civil War from Use Your Illusion 2, the opening track. So let's go around, and you guys watching, feel free to leave your vote in the comments. Which one you think is better, Right Next Door to Hell or Civil War? Caputo, I'm going to start with you on this one, and then we'll make our way around.
Yeah. For me, it's probably gonna be very controversial off the bat. I'd probably go Right Next Door to Hell. Civil War is a great song. Don't get me wrong. I just never been crazy about it. I just think if you're gonna kick off an album, I think Right Next Door to Hell is one of the best ways to just kick off an album right away with a bang. It's just quick and it's all in your face rock and roll, man. And I like that kind of shit. So I'm going Right Next Door to Hell.
All right. Brando, what do you say?
Civil War. What's so civil about it anyway? I mean, it's profound. It's epic. It's still relatable. Now it's it's a hit.
Classic.
It is a classic. I mean, that's just a part of their legacy. It's a legacy song. So I love Right Next Door to Hell as well for many of the same reasons Chris said, but not over Civil War.
Jeff?
Right Next Door to Hell. I mean, when you
Right
bought
Next Door.
this album as a kid, you had to put in the first one, the first side, and if you started with 2 and it opened up like what we have here is a failure to communicate, you would have been like, "This is slow. What the fuck happened to
Guns
Welcome
N'
to the
Roses.
Jungle? What happened to Welcome to the Jungle?" And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they opened up the show in Wisconsin on the tour with Right Next Door to Hell. And,
Yeah,
A few times, yeah.
I got to go with Right Next Door to Hell, and it was the first time they ever used a 6-string bass on any song, and Slash played it. And if you think about it, Civil War is a great song, but if they omitted it from the album and just kept it on that what was it? Help me here.
Single?
It was on some album compilation to save children in Afghanistan.
Oh, Civil War, yeah. It was like something for like Romanian orphans or something.
Yeah, if they left it on that album, all they had to do is pay Steven for that. And if they wouldn't have put it on Illusion, they wouldn't even have to worry and bitch and moan and listen to any civil action against Steven for the Illusions albums. You think
Right
about
on.
that. And they could have balanced how many songs are on each album.
It's true.
But
Correct.
that's my opinion. It's a great song, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
I think the lyrics are very poetic. But
I'm
Rock
gonna-
Next Door to Hell is right off the gate jam.
Yeah. The first song you heard from GNR since 1989. So,
Sure.
and this was what, 92 at this point? 93?
91. Yeah.
91, my bad.
91. We're talking 30
Heaven's
there.
Door too.
I don't like doing math in my head. So I'm going to read some comments before I say mine. Bailey says Civil War, Steven's last song. I would say rest in peace, but he's not dead or anything, so
Nope.
we don't want to put that out there in the universe. Rick
Knock
votes
on
not
wood,
next.
don't curse that shit, man.
Oh yeah, right next door to hell. Frostbite agrees with Caputo. You said
Hey.
Civil War, right?
No, I said Right Next Door to Hell, baby.
Oh, okay.
Right Next Door to Hell.
I've got to give it to. I've got to also agree with Right Next Door to Hell. I think Right Next Door to Hell is an epic way to kick off an album. So with that, let's move to the next track going up. Dustin Bones versus 14 Years. And we'll let Brando go first this time.
The Too Izzy song.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Yeah.
It's not just because I'm on your show, but Dustin Bones.
Yeah.
There's something. They're very similar, really, and it's odd that they're both track 2. I have to imagine that was planned, but this is something
Yeah.
about Dustin Bones. Even the title itself, with the end, it's just still very Guns N' Roses and still, again, it's both Izzy songs. They're similar, so I can't put one down because they're too similar. But I think it's just lyrically and even the name, as silly as that sounds, Dustin Bones. I like it more.
All right. Jeff, what do you think?
I'm going to agree with everything Brando said, but I'm going to say 14 years because I relate more to the lyrics.
Okay. I am going to also say 14 Years. I really like that song, and I have a lot of good memories tied to it. Chris.
Yeah, fuck. This one's tough. This one is tough. But I think going on based on what song I listen to more, I've listened to more, I'd say I'm probably going to go 14 Years. Just because I feel like it incorporates the entire band as a whole. We're talking like everyone's pretty much included in there. You get a little bit of everything in that song. And I think it's just like maybe that much better, like almost like on a level of like between those two. It's just a tad above Dustin Bones, but they're both really good songs in their own right.
All right, I'm going to go to the comments. Bailey says Dustin Bones. There's a vote for Dustin Bones. Frost and Rick both say 14 years. So with 2-5, 14 years wins the second round. So up next, we've got one of everybody's favorite parts of the live show, Live and Let Die, versus Yesterdays. So, Jeff, what do you think? Live and Let Die?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
I think without question, I think that was one of the songs I was looking forward to hearing before the album came out because of that West Arkeen Axel Jam and CBGBs.
Okay.
I think it was CBGBs, but I think you guys know that clip I'm talking about.
Oh, it's the drunk fucks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was with like them and like Del James, like and was there like the drunk fucks or something? They played some random club in Hollywood and they premiered it. Or is that a different
Brandon knows what I'm talking about. Do you remember the West Arkeen clip of him and Axel playing Yesterdays in a bar in New York with like Wes on guitar?
There's kind of sitting at a bar on a couple bar stools.
Yeah.
Was that Yesterdays or was
Yep.
that okay? Then it was yesterday. I wasn't sure if that was you're crazy, but I can visualize because I just described it to you. I can visualize the clip that you're talking about.
Yeah, that was that came out easily 18 months before the albums did, or I'd say 9 months before the albums did. So I was way stoked to get onto that, hear that song first. Plus the microphone Axel used in the video is pimp, so I'm gonna go with that too.
Oh yeah.
Get his Elvis on.
I think Yesterdays also gets my vote. Just honestly, it just boils down to I like that song better. So, Chris.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna go Yesterdays. I mean, Live and Let Die is a great cover because like it pretty much excels over the original, and it's like one of those songs like your dad will probably know, but like Yesterdays is much better than Live and Let Die. I'll give you that.
All right, Brando.
I'll give a shout out to my fiance who loves Live and Let Die because she's a huge Paul McCartney fan, so that's her favorite part of the show. But Yesterdays is a brilliant song. The video is great lyrically; it's fantastic. I think I used part of the quote for my live journal phase of my life. My emo live journal, time just fades the pages. I was so emo. Guns N' Roses emo, of course, but yeah, Yesterdays.
All right, so going into the comment section here, Frost and it's unanimous. Everybody says,
yeah.
Everybody says Yesterdays. So Live and Let Die is out. That's another point for Use Your Illusion too. Franz wants us to say chicken pot pie. If you've been to our Discord today and you've seen the videos Franz is posting.
Oh my gosh, there's some really funny shit.
He's gotten quite creative in his lockdowns. I'll tell you guys.
Oh yeah,
dude, I love Franz, man.
Oh god, dude's a legend.
Creating, my friend.
At least someone is in this community. Well, besides us.
Jeff, maybe Bailey here might know what you're referring to. He says it was in 1989, but he says the West Arkeen MTV footage with Axel.
Ah, so that's it.
Okay. And he says that was in 1989. Okay. So up next, Don't Cry, the original version, versus Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Ooh.
So, was it my turn or who goes first this time?
Yeah, I think you're going first this time.
Okay, so I go first. Don't Cry, the original versus Knocking on... Easy, Don't Cry. Heaven's Door is one of those when we're seeing it live, I could just get a beer. If they took that away, I wouldn't miss it at all.
Nope. Unless they bring back some reggae.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, give us like a better like breakdown than just like them like slash jamming on a double neck for like 20 minutes.
Agreed.
Something like just make it interesting for people like actually want to like hear that song live. I mean, it's a great cover for sure. Like Guns N' Roses, like I always give credit to GNR. They know how to make great covers and like have their
Wichita
version of the
lineman,
song.
yeah.
Except that, but I mean like actual recorded covers. Like they went into a studio and actually do that. I mean like their covers like like Heaven's Door, Live and Let Die are pretty much more known than the actual original versions themselves in some ways too. Like I'll give credit for that, but for me, I would say "Don't Cry, Man." That's such a good song. That's literally, I think it's one of my favorite songs off both these albums. It's one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs of all time. I think it's very underrated, and that shit needs to be played live a lot more often.
Agreed. They played it in Chicago.
Yeah, they play like here and there in the encores, but like make it part of the main set. Like they've been flip floppy with it for the last like 20 years. Like I remember in like '07 during the Chidem era, it was like a random like solo part, and it was like only half the band was playing it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird to me when they did that, but
Brando?
Don't Cry for sure. For a lot with GNR, and it's a lot of it is visual. So I love the music video. I think it's a classic video. I think vocally, and also with Shannon Hoon being involved in Don't Cry, and Knocking on Heaven's Door. Yes, it's a brilliant cover. The reggae part, getting Tracy and Roberta, that version of it, I think, is brilliant. And yeah, as hardcore Guns N' Roses fans, we're all do without it. But I'm telling you, just like with Live and Let Die, it's the song that 90-80% of the audience is singing along to. That's what they came for. It's a radio hit. That's one of their biggest hits.
Mm.
So, maybe they could do something different to it. Maybe Slash, like you said, doesn't do the different solo into it. They add the reggae. Hopefully, it doesn't become a staple of every important person who dies. That's gonna be
yeah,
too.
It's the tribute song. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, I guess maybe that's easier than doing a cover for every single person.
I'd say it, so.
But yeah,
I don't know. The cover would be more interesting to me.
It would be, but then you got to learn it.
And then we're gonna hear it for like 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll be bitching about it on this podcast.
Yeah, and it was a year past like the expiration date.
Yeah, but Don't Cry is fantastic. And I will say we did a fun contest on when I was on working radio at Q1043 in New York City, and I was just producing the morning show, but we were giving away GNR tickets. And the host, he likes to come up with clever ideas instead of just like, hey, caller 25 or whatever. So he wanted people to call and guess how long the end of the end note of "Don't You Cry Tonight," that whole end.
The high note.
And I forget exactly, but it was like 28 seconds or something like ridiculous. And it was just people trying to guess the number and also keep how long they can hold it. Can they hold it as long as actual?
Holy.
So it was fun. It was a fun contest. It really was. So that's another special memory with me with Don't Cry.
What do you think, Jeff?
So this is Knocking on Heaven's Door versus Don't Cry.
The original Don't Cry.
One. So
Yeah.
man, these are two songs that another song that you would hear before the albums would come out if you were able to have a cool record store with they would sell bootlegs. So man, I gotta go with the original Don't Cry. It's one of the first songs they ever wrote. Ever.
That's true. Yeah, literally.
I think it might be the first one, right?
Ever. Yeah.
One of like back in the 80s.
Well, that was before they went into it. What show was it? Axel told that story about him and Izzy. They threw those rocks up at Izzy's window to finish the song or something.
Yeah.
Izzy thought he was trying to rob him.
Well, the rumor is it goes back all the way to Indiana, kind of, and that's how Shannon knew about it.
Yeah.
And Shannon used to sing it back in club days back in Lafayette when he was playing in the clubs before he even went out to LA.
Isn't that great?
Okay.
So that song's been around for a hot ass minute, dude.
And people complain about a hard school being old. Don't Cry was old when it hit.
Yeah.
We'll go into the comments now. Bailey votes Don't Cry, says it's the first ever song written for GNR, and thought it was interesting that Axl mentioned Izzy on stage recently before Don't Cry. Yeah. I'd love
fucking
to see
pay the
Izzy.
man, eh?
Yeah. Pay the
him.
fucking ass.
I don't care. I'd say here's a blank check, whatever you need. Come fucking perform with us. Like get at least 80% of your original
Do you think that
lineup.
if Axl lets Izzy back in the band, that he's going to lose control of his writing and his it's his whole vision of everything? Is that why?
No.
he's so
No,
stubborn?
I think the writing would get
No.
better because I mean, like when Izzy was with those guys, they were writing really good shit. I think they could still write really
That's
good
what I'm
shit
saying.
together.
Like, do you think that Axel would feel he'd be letting go of the reins to hand his creative idea back to the band and him have to sing around it instead of them having to play around his singing?
It's interesting.
I mean, it'd be better than it is fucking now, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's interesting to think of, but I don't know. Like,
But I don't buy into the whole Izzy was the heart of writing all of the shit for GNR. That's bullshit. Because if you listen to fucking Here Comes the Rain times 12, no, fuck you. If that's the best that you can do, like, that is not the heart of fucking GNR.
yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
That's what I think. They were good cohesively as like one unit.
Yes.
But like solo, it was kind of like a mixed bag depending on who music we're listening to.
Yeah, I mean, Axel wrote some fucking bullshit in his day. Look at Rapid Fire.
Yeah.
I mean, but Frostbite says, yeah, Frostbite says, don't cry. He says, I prefer the original before the guitar solo and the alternate after. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess I can put that together in my brain. And Rick also says, "Don't cry." And I want to read Bailey's comment here real quick. He says, "Probably my favorite from the trilogy and my favorite music video. Don't let the girls from the November
Rain part in the Strange, because that was so realistic."
Yeah. Oh, the whole Illusions trilogy.
You know, a few weeks ago, has it been a few weeks? When were we on Nothing Lasts Forever?
It was probably like a month-ish ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
We were on there, and anyway, Don't Cry wins unanimously. And we watched the November Rain music video with these girls, and there was so much shit that I never noticed before. Upon that detailed rewatching, that yeah, it was awesome for me. All right, so up next we have Perfect Crime from Use Your Illusion 1 versus Get in the Ring from Use Your Illusion 2.
Fox, yeah, that's another tough one. God damn.
Whose turn is it to go first? Because I've lost count.
I'll go first.
Son.
Yeah. Fuck, this is tough. You got like a very quick, fast paced like punk rock, and you got like one of the greatest diss tracks in all of rock music on the other end. But I mean, Get in the Ring is very like controversial in its own thing, but man, it's tough. It's tough. I just like if you listen to Get in the Ring now, it doesn't probably age well, so I'll probably go Perfect Crime with that, just because it's quick, it's fast paced, it's like punk rock meets that hard rock like hybrid sound that like GNR was basically known for, since like Appetite and a little bit bled over here into the Use Your Illusion albums as well. So I'd probably go there just because, I don't know, Get in the Ring, you kind of have to like explain the whole fucking story of why he's telling all these people to like, you know, fight him and like suck his dick or whatever. So that's a whole nother thing. So I go Perfect Crime just because like it probably aged a bit better. It's still a good song. They're both still good songs, but I just think, you know, Get in the Ring hasn't aged well. It was more of like a timepiece.
Yeah. Brando?
Perfect Crime is fantastic. It's maybe the hardest song that Guns N' Roses does. But just like Civil War, Get in the Ring is a legacy song. Like, you have to explain the story behind it. And that's what this band is. It's not just great music, it's the story behind it, what you can get from it. And that's just, that song is so many layers, and it's a great song too. It's not just the content of it, and, you know, sucking dicks and whatever. It's a fun
Fuck
song.
you, Bob Guccione.
Yeah, and it gets, you know, you hear the crowd going, Guns N' Roses. It has that element to it. So yeah, get in the ring. I don't feel good about it, but we got to pick one. So that's my one.
All right. Jeff?
Dude, this is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, the Illusion tour sometimes like even was opened up with Perfect Crime, and Axel will be out there with his catcher mitt, his catcher vest, like opening it up with his leg supporter on, and then the other leg would have his Axel shoes on with his like 80 puffy socks on, his NWA hat, and he'd just be like, opening it up, the show with it, and then you have it's still relevant today with them playing it in the sets, and then you have Get in the Ring, which the press was already all over before the albums were even released.
That's true.
So that song itself added fuel to the fire to make these debut number 1 and number 2. So right now, what's the count? Which album's winning? Use Your Illusion 2?
It's a perfect draw.
Fuck, it's a coin flip for me, man. I can't fucking say it. I'm gonna have to go with the catcher vest, man. Perfect Crime, dude.
Catcher vest.
With the NWA
the bulletproof vest, baby.
with his catcher vest on and his NWA hat, and him coming out with fucking the solid bright white lights for Matt's drum kit right behind him, just opening the show like.
Yeah,
it's Crime, dude. Sorry.
I'm gonna before I give mine, I'm gonna read some of the comments here. Bailey votes on Perfect Crime. Frostbite votes Get in the Ring, says it's one of his favorites. And Bailey says, where's the damn documentary?
Yes, the Perfect Crime documentary of the Use Your Illusion tour that still
never
is
happened.
Locked in a vault, or maybe it's in another Tom Zutaw storage locker. I don't know.
Get on it, Rick.
Yeah.
The fear is it's going to turn to dust before it has the chance to see the light of day.
At this point, probably.
Yeah. I also vote Perfect Crime.
Ooh.
I like
this was a close
Crime.
one, but yeah, I think
that one was
Crime
close by one. Yeah, well, actually by 2 votes. Perfect Crime wins that one.
Brando, that's a lot of pussies.
I'm just laughing at what's going on in Brando's screen here.
Oh,
it's Blackie. Yeah. Continue. So.
Oh man, we can we show pussy on this show?
I don't know. We're gonna pull off YouTube now.
They get pulled off TikTok for sure.
Oh shit! That's our second batting.
He's not full of maggots, though. Don't worry.
Yeah, you should have named him Maggots. You Ain't the First versus Shotgun Blues. And Brando, you get to go first on this one.
Shotgun Blues. I don't know why that seems to get beat at times, like as a filler song. I see, but not just because I use it as a soundbite for my podcast, Shotgun News. A really terrible soundbite, but I don't know. I just find it a more fun rockin' song, and You Ate Them First. It always kind of catches me off guard because it's so broken down and it's so acoustic, where everything really isn't. There are acoustic elements to the other songs, but that's the most stripped down. I think Matt Sorum called it in his book that'll be out at some point.
With retraction.
I don't know what version I read at this point. That it's a pirate song. That's what he called it. He felt like they were pirates. I guess like a pirate shanty or something like that.
Yeah.
But still, Shotgun Blues. That wins it for me.
All right, Jeff, what do you think?
Man, it's tough. I mean, You Ain't the First is a nice diss track to any chick that thought that they were like Axel's girlfriend after hanging out for one night. I would think Shotgun Blues, Axel played guitar on, if I'm not mistaken, which gave him some writing credits too. Other writing credits too, I should say. I gotta go with Shotgun Blues. I mean, listen, motherfucker, you forgot to pay your dues. That's a great line. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also a diss track to Vince Neil. If I'm not mistaken.
Neil, right? That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on now, don't Beetlejuice him into existence here.
Oh god, no. No.
Not on the premiere.
No.
For me, I've also got to say Shotgun Blues. I really like that song. I just go by what song I like better, so I don't really have nothing prophetic to add to it. Oh Lord, what's going on?
I live by the hospital, and they have a very, very. There's a 5-way intersection by my house.
Is Rick outside?
Might be.
They're dropping him off.
It's a very difficult 5-way intersection. It's near a hospital, so the ambulance, when they go through there, they always turn their lights on. Very weird 5-way intersection.
So, Will it be like 2 in the morning and shit, and you'll be trying to sleep, and then that
Oh, it's
bullshit
white noise
happens?
to me now.
Ah, okay.
I was gonna say, you get used to it. You probably sleep through that shit.
Oh yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, I think unanimously we're going Shotgun Blues here. I mean, You Ain't the First, it just sounds like a bunch of drunk people making a song, and it literally was that, because to read the story behind it, they were all like shit-faced. Matt Storm couldn't even play his own drums. And he got his drum tech to play the drums if the story is correct, from what I remember. But yeah.
Elaborate that more in the book.
Yeah.
The alleged book. Yeah.
Legend book. Oh god, the Franz comment.
I wanted to highlight Franz's comment here.
Fucking Franz.
You could tweet that, Franz.
Guess you didn't do that in incognito mode.
Oh,
Now his Google feed's all like, or his Facebook feed's all like, would you like to buy this? Would you like to buy this?
Go on his computer. He's gonna have to wipe his hard drive after that.
So for those of you listening to the audio replay of the show on Spotify or wherever, Franz's comment is, I Googled pussy full of maggots when I wanted to do a meme, and I still regret that. I just wanted to show that. So let's listen. Let's read the comments. Bailey votes for You Ain't the First, and then he says, rest in peace, Shannon Hoon.
Yeah, he did. I was gonna say Shannon also was on that track too for vocals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Let's see. Frostbite votes Shotgun Blues. He says, seeing Duff perform You Ain't the First on his Tenderness tour was cool, though. Oh, yeah. Bubba Malone's here. Welcome, Bubba Malone. He votes Shotgun Blues. And,
let's do a microphone.
Franz's next comment, I decided to do
Microphones. A little bit of rewording usually sometimes helps. Depends. I don't know about in this situation.
Well, Shotgun Blues wins that one, so it's up to, it's time for the next song on the agenda. Bad Obsession versus Breakdown.
Ooh.
So, this one's Jeff, I believe.
Breakdown, fucking all the way. I've never identified with the song on both albums, so more the end. Especially when it came, like from like when they came out, probably until like I kind of grew out of them in like '95. I related to that song more than any other song on the two albums.
Okay, so Jeff says Breakdown. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. I think Bad Obsession is one of my favorite GNR tracks ever. And I think that it's a very underrated song. I love it. It was one of my first favorite songs, and it is still one of my favorites. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bad Obsession. That I fucking love that song. Just like right from the get go, all the way through, man. It's such a good song. It's just fun to fucking sing along with that, man. So I'm going Bad Obsession.
Brando?
So what do we got? We got Breakdown, and we got what's the other one we got?
Bad Obsession.
Bad Obsession. Those are two of probably the most underrated Guns N' Roses songs, but I'm gonna go Bad Obsession because it's more. I can sing along to it more. The Breakdown I think is brilliant lyrically, and it's one of those perfect road songs if you're just on a long trip and just lose yourself into it, and especially the ending, the way it's written. Breakdown is fantastic, but just Bad Obsession, just thinking about Teddy Zigzag and your mother is just a cunt now. I mean, it's just like you sing along to it.
Yeah,
it's a good song. It's fun.
Okay, so going back to the comments, I'm going to read Bailey's comment here, and I don't know why it's not showing right now. He says, "Tough one. I'll go Breakdown." He's going to vote for Breakdown. He says, Bad Obsession is good, though. I still don't know why that song hasn't been played in the past 5 years. And it looks like Franz kind of agrees that they should
I
add
agree.
Bad Obsession to the set list because he says, I bet Axel could sing that pretty well.
When Teddy did our podcast, he said that he actually texted Slash before an LA show and actually said "Bad Obsession?" and never heard back from him. He said, and then he's like a couple days later said he did. He's like, "Hey man, that's not my call. Can't." Like real vague shit.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
And Frost also votes for Bad Obsession. So by 4-2, Bad Obsession takes that round. And we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rounds to go. So let's try to speed through.
Okay, let's rapid fire this shit.
Yeah, let's try to speed through some of them here. Back Off Bitch versus Pretty Tied Up. Pretty Tied Up for me. Chris.
I'm going Back Off Bitch just because I just, back off, you fucking bitch. I just like that song better.
All right.
Pretty tied up.
Brandon.
Yeah, I don't know if you were going to, man. I'm taking it anyway. Pretty tied up. Back Off Bitch is great. I think it was a story of somebody interviewed. Her name is Marcel Circus. She went to Fairfax with Slash and all of them, and she told the story about Axel reading her the lyrics to Back Off Bitch, way back in the day. So I mean, it's a fun song, but yeah, Pretty Tied Up. It's just something special. You could sing along to it more. It's a
fun song.
Yep.
Jeff.
Pretty tied up.
Pretty Tied Up.
But I think if it's not me, I'm not mistaken, it kind of like after Izzy left the band, that kind of faded out of the set lists.
I don't know. I'm thinking, but I don't know.
I know it's an Izzy song, but
Well, so is 14 Years, or not 14 Years, but Double Talk and Jive is a Duff song, and Axel sings it anyway.
Izzy sings Double Talking.
Oh, Izzy, yeah.
yeah, I know, but I just saw it and realized it kind of faded from the set list after Izzy left. But I'm going with Pretty Tied Up.
Let's see here. In the comments, Bailey votes for Pretty Tied Up, and Franz says he's not going to vote either way because he's unable to because they're all great songs. Yeah, that's respectable. That's respectful. So up next, Double Talk and Jive versus Locomotive. And Chris, you go first this time.
Wait, sorry, what was it again?
Double Talk and Jive versus Locomotive.
Double Talk and Jive, get that money, motherfucker. That's what I'm going for. I don't know, I've had that song stuck in my head listening back to both albums now, celebrating the 30 years. That song's been like on repeat for last couple of days for me, so.
All right, Brando.
Double Talk and Jive, especially just because of what they do with it live. It's just so good what they can do to it. Home fuck. It's very just what Izzy did with it, what Axel does with it, and Slash the way he carries it out, and knowing in the album it goes into November Rain very smoothly. That just gets my vote for a lot of reasons.
Jeff.
Locomotive by a fucking landslide. They should come in and crush a lot of these songs off the map on these albums, like on this double album. And it's a rarity, it's a gem. And when they dusted it off after, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I might be wrong. No, I'm not even going to go down that path. But it was right around when Rick got banned, and dusting off that. When I was at that show, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh, yeah, that was really cool. I love Locomotives. I mean, they're both really great songs. Don't get me wrong.
I got to go Locomotive all day.
I'm also going to go Double Talk and Jive. But let's go to the comments, because in the comments, Bailey votes for Locomotive, and Frostbite votes for Locomotive.
Oh,
And Franz says, Caputo, you mad? And then he says, Brando, you mad?
I think I
Mad
know
at
what he's
what?
referring to. I think it was like a one of the times like Axel introduced fucking Double Talk and Jive. He's like, "You mad? Well, whatever, fuck you," or something.
Got it.
Fuck Izzy. I don't know.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Well, it's also
And
Warren Beatty. You know that song.
Yeah.
and Franz actually votes in the Locomotive as well, and he gets the tiebreaker. So because of Franz's vote there, bud, Locomotive wins.
Goddamn. That's okay.
Allegiant
Yep.
listeners got my back. Are you kidding me? Come on, they've only played it once on this Not in This Lifetime endless tour ever. I mean,
Reunion
I wish they
concert.
would call it different legs. Like, why isn't this the absurd leg? Why?
The absurdly long tour.
Well, they could call it the absurd leg and like do absurd art for the T-shirts and have like one T-shirt. I don't know. It's just going
With
back
the
to
fucking
80s.
Medusa head and shit. I'd buy
Yeah,
that
why
shirt.
not? Why not?
I mean, better than the Big League Chew one I bought. So
I think that's kind of cool, man. They should have made it 3/4 sleeve though. Like wait, is it 3/4 sleeve?
yeah, I just
Yeah,
got
baseball
it.
jersey style. Kind
Oh yeah, cool. Those are those are dope.
This is a shitty shirt. After this show, it's going to get hung up somewhere and framed eventually. But it's like thin. It's already rolling at the bottom. It's
Oh, dude,
Not
this
a-
shirt I've got paint on. It is my fuck. How do I do this? And this is my Illusion shirt, dude.
okay.
Sweet.
I got this at the 2 Dayton shows. The first night when they went on at like 1:15, and before the night Axel sliced his hand on the microphone stand. And this is like heavy cotton, and I think what happened was it was a Brockham shirt, and like Dayton on the back is double printed, so they were like, "Oh shit, it's an error." So they sent some dude with it stuffed down his undies, probably had fucking crabs or something, selling them to the kids in the audience for like $15. And this is the only one from the 80s and 90s I still own. My mom threw all the rest of them away when I went to fucking college. Now they're going
my
on like
mom
eBay,
has
like
fucked
$500
up.
each.
My mom has fucked up 2 unreplaceable GNR shirts for me also, so I feel your pain. Frostbite says it wasn't worth the $65. No, it wasn't worth the $65 I spent. It's worth it to have it in my collection because I'm not going to sell it, so I don't give a fuck if it's got the stickers on it or not. And it was worth it to wear to the show because it was hot as balls out there. But to wear, I can't wear this to work because he's giving the finger anyway, so, I mean, yeah, no. It is what it is. Up next, November Rain versus So Fine.
Oof.
And Brando, you're up first.
November Rain is my favorite song of all time. So that is my answer.
All right. Good enough answer, Jeff.
Excuse me. I guess November Rain. It brings a lot of, popping my cherry in high school to that song. So, you gotta give it that one.
Yeah.
I fucked the sounds of dogs barking and crickets, so I guess you got it better than me.
Yeah, this guy's got the orchestra, man.
I know, right? I'm also going to vote November Rain. Chris?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's any competition in this one. And sorry, Duff, but we're going with November Rain.
Yeah. Bailey in the comments also says November Rain. That's 5. November Rain's going to get
That's
it. We're
it,
going
yeah.
to move on.
Let's get the next one rolling here today.
The Garden versus Estranged.
Ooh.
And Jeff, you're up first.
Strange. I cried myself to sleep after I broke up with the girl I popped my cherry to November Rain to Estranged. So we'll go to Estranged.
Was that an hour later?
Yeah, about 35, 45 minutes later.
And then he was singing "Back Off, Bitch," and
Surprised you didn't cry to "Don't Cry." That would have been fine.
The song is telling you
Definitely.
not to.
Oh, that's true.
that's right. I got to go with Estranged also. What do you think, Chris?
It's strange, man. That's like a November Rain too, but like almost. I think for a lot of people would say it's probably better than November Rain. I love Estranged. It's such a fucking masterpiece of a song. And
Dude,
I'm
it
not
is
for that.
November Rain too.
It is, but yeah, like on another level. I mean, with the music video especially, like is on another fucking level.
Yeah. Brando?
Oof. I guess I can say it's strange, but I got to give a shout out to Alice Cooper.
Right?
I mean, that's just a special. That's a special song, and especially just he recorded it for them at like 3 a.m. randomly. But
Yeah.
I can't be an asshole. It's estranged. Like that's a legacy song, if anything else. It's crazy video aside. I have no whatever. That video also lives on because of the Dolphins and everything. You know,
I just gotta know what's up with them though.
I don't think we'll ever fucking know,
I
man.
don't know. Some interesting CGI choice, I guess.
Going to the comments, everybody else says Estranged.
Strange,
Also,
yeah.
Estranged wins that one. So up next is Garden of Eden versus You Could Be Mine, and I'm gonna go first on this one. I like Garden of Eden, especially after we reviewed it. I think Brando, weren't you? That was the song we reviewed.
That
I
was the
think,
first time we ever had him on the show.
Yeah, that was when we met Brando. So, I mean, but You Could Be Mine, I've just got a lot of good memories to. It's one of my favorite songs ever. Chris.
Okay. This is tough though, but I'm gonna go You Could Be Mine. I just think it's like a killer song, and just like that video with Terminator and Schwarzenegger, definitely. Even though you probably can't use it on like future releases anymore, it's still a fucking great video. I'm going You Could Be Mine.
Brando.
You know, You Could Be Mine is a legacy song, and it's fantastic. It makes me think of Arnold. And I'm not going to tease it too long, but Garden of Eden deserves all the respect. The video, I know it's a simple fisheye lens, but it's such a fun song to sing along to, or if you could try to sing along to it because of how fast it is. But what we're doing now is just why I know we haven't gotten to My World or whatever yet, but why this doesn't deserve to be one album. It needs to be two. You know, look at this. Every time we want to pick a song, it's like we're sacrificing a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
first
it's
one.
kind of.
But I'll go You Can Be Mine, not happily.
Jeff.
Oh man, You Can Be Mine. I mean, it's like it was the first video. Like we're back. It came out like at the end of like just before the Terminator was coming out. Like at the end of summer for all the kids. Right before. I mean, I remember watching the video and calling my best friend and him both. He and I be like, "Did you just fucking see that?" I gotta go with You Can Be Mine. It was like we're back, and you know they used the footage from the warm up gigs to like produce it and put it together. You Could Be Mine by
All right, so I'm going to go to the comments. Frost says I'm going to commit blasphemy and say Garden of Eden. Okay, so there's a vote for Garden of Eden. Bailey says You Could Be Mine is his favorite GNR song. A little bit of Arnold for you. So that's another vote for You Could Be Mine. And Bailey also says that Matt Sorum's drums. Hang on, here we go. Matt Sorum's best song in GNR, and everybody kicks ass on the song. I agree.
Yeah, right.
Well, with that, You Could Be Mine wins the next one. Let's see how many we got. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I was
So
like,
there's
that's what we
another
went
one
through
over.
already.
Well, I know.
We
I
got
was
like
making
2 or
sure.
3 more. Yeah.
I was making sure I was keeping up with them and everything.
Yeah. We're like at the tail end right now, baby.
Here's another one I think is going to be hard. Don't Damn Me versus the alternate version of Don't Cry. And Chris, you're up first.
I mean, I'm not crazy about either of these songs, but I'll go with the alt to Don't Cry because like it's still okay. I don't know. I feel like it's like really morbid, the lyrics. Like it's like a totally different like spin on the original Don't Cry. But I'm gonna go with that one.
All right, Brando.
Don't ban me. Oh, sorry. Don't damn me.
Don't ban me.
Don't damn me. That I do like it. That is a fun song. I believe our buddy Franz made a fun meme about that.
Oh, with the mic tosses and shit.
Wasn't that the one though? It looked like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something. It was like sometimes I could never give a fuck. You know. No.
Oh, that's a different one. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So one of Franz's many memes. But
It's hard to think of one Franz meme. I mean, let's be real.
That's true. But with the Don't Cry alternate lyrics, I know the song already. I don't want to learn it again. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
I've never taken the time to learn the alternate lyrics. I'm a busy man. So. Don't damn me.
That's the one we should have knocked off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised. I put it out there on my social media. A lot of people love that. You know, I give it hate, but it's not my opinion. It's the fan base. But whatever. This is our list, so we can do whatever we want, I guess.
Hell yeah.
That's right. Jeff.
So it's Don't Cry alt lyrics and which other song again?
Don't Damn Me.
Oh, Don't Damn Me. I think it's like Axel's like message to the world that he's been having to fucking explain himself forever, and he's tired of it.
All right. I'm also going to say Don't Damn Me. I really like that song. And like Brando said, man, when it comes to Don't Cry, man, I already know the lyrics. I don't want to fuck with learning it again. I've never really fucked with learning the lyrics to the alternate version. And I never cared for it myself anyway, because the song gets started and I'm expecting to hear a song I really like, and then the lyrics are all fucked up, and then it jars me and it takes me out of me and out of it, and I don't enjoy it.
If the music video works for both lyrics, both sides of alt lyrics and original lyrics, that if the music video is still confusing and all that shit, like it's not going to change. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, why not add verses to Don't Cry? I mean, goddamn, Coma is 45 fucking minutes long. Why the hell not just add a couple more verses if you wanted to go that route and make it part of the song? I mean, I don't understand that.
It's filler.
Going to it is filler. There's a lot of filler on these albums, unfortunately, which will piss people off me saying that, but that's how I feel. So, Frostbite votes Don't Damn Me in the comments. Bailey votes Don't Cry. Somebody's showing some love to Don't Cry. So, that's good. That's good. So with total votes of 4-3, Don't Damn Me wins this round. Mm-hmm. And finally, well, not finally, because we're going to review. We're gonna give bonus points. We're gonna give an opportunity with 2 Use Your Illusion 1 songs at the tail end. But the last one officially for Use Your Illusion 2 versus Use Your Illusion 1 is Bad Apples versus My World. And Brando, you get to go first on this one.
Bad Apples. But I want to drop this thought on you. What if My World is a prequel to Chinese Democracy? What if that's like the prequel track? So like,
that's
this is how weird I'm going to get.
That's what I've said before.
Have you? It's a linear thought. I will.
Yeah. I said it on ours before. I said it on our podcast before. I thought it was like where Axel's leaving it for you guys to just be like, this is what's coming next.
That's what it feels like. I agree. So obviously,
if Chidam had been full of My World-esque songs, I would have thrown that motherfucker against the wall.
If it was all like that, yeah.
Oh no.
Bad Apples. I think My World now has become. I don't hate it I don't hate it now.
I think it should have been a bonus track, like very deep, like that Nirvana song.
It's a novelty track. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way of looking at it.
You know, like Obla Di Obla Da, whatever.
Yeah, right.
It's the Obla Di Obla Da of the GNO world, but regardless, Bad Apples.
Jeff.
So it's between which one again? My World and what was the other one?
Bad Apples.
Come on, your laundry could get washed and wasn't hanging up all over town. Hollywood's like a drywood. Like, come on. That's a great lyric. I gotta go Bad Apples. And they did a Bad Apples leg of the tour, which was supposed to go
sucking down the chloride.
Yep, it was supposed to go through Cincinnati, and then that's where Gilby broke his hand and never went through. And then they rescheduled it, and then they fucking canceled it because of the monitor guy got fired, and I never got my Illusions tour in Cincinnati. I never got the show in Cincinnati because it got rescheduled and canceled twice. But I did see the Dayton leg of it and other shows on the leg, but it never landed in Cincinnati. But it was on the Bad Apples leg, but I'm still going to go with it. Bad Apples.
I'm going to go with Bad Apples, too, for a lot of what Jeff said. And he hit my favorite lyric on the head right there about Hollywood's like a dryer when you're down on Sunset Strip. Yeah, that's really fun to me. So Bad Apples gets my vote also.
Yeah, Bad Apples, I'm taking that one because My World's a steaming turd. So.
And it looks like everybody says Bad Apples, even though Bailey says neither song was great. Huh?
No, Bad Apples is a good song to listen to time to time. It's like a jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So, guys, right now, if we stopped this bit right now, we don't do the last Dead Horse versus Coma, is a deadlock tie.
Wow.
So, with that, we're moving Coma off of Use Your Illusion 1 to Use Your Illusion 2 to make it even. And it's our last round. Jeff gets to go first. Dead Horse versus Coma.
Oh! Those are the only two songs on fucking one that I love. Like, I would take to my grave to with me. I think, oh, man. Oh, Coma's like Slash's baby. I just read an article today where Gilby's like, we played it 3 times, and all 3 times I played it, I never played it the same way. And then I read, like, when Izzy played it with them, like, Izzy still had, like, sheet music on stage to read while they were playing. And it's Slash's baby that he had been working on forever. And then you go back to the Kurt Loder interview where, like, he's like, there's no repetitive chorus, there's no repetitive lyric. Then you have Dead Horse, it's just a happy fucking party song that, you know, always throughout the years made it into my mixtapes. It made it into my, you know, car ride tunes that Brando would talk about for, like, road trips. I'd make a disc CD for. Not Coma. This is where Brando also says you're asking to sacrifice a child. This is what do they call it?
Sophie's
Choice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ, Coma. Just because it's a masterpiece. It's the longest song on both albums. But damn, Dead Horse is a hell of a fucking party song, dude. That drum lick has just got a great hook. Chop, 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 chop.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not as much of a hard decision for me. I like Dead Horse. I don't really care for Coma myself.
Yeah, Dead Horse for me too. I mean, Coma's great in its own way, but a lot of times I don't have 10 minutes to listen to one song. Like, it is long, but like I can respect that. You know, it's a long song. It takes on this whole journey and shit. But Dead Horse for me is fucking killer. Just because also you got Axel playing on the acoustic guitar as well, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Which is too lazy to learn now.
Yeah.
I say Coma because it's the journey within the journey that is Use Your Illusion, 1 and 2, whatever. I forget where we're putting this for the sake of our list. But
Coma's on 2 now. We moved Coma to 2.
Regardless, the fact that it's a 10-minute song, within that it takes you all these different ways, and that's what the whole concept of Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 do. So it's just kind of like this own little island on this album. You know, which it's I don't know. It's something. Dead Horse is fantastic. Obviously, with Axel playing guitar, it's fun. But Coma is. I'll use the phrase again. It's like a legacy song. You know, it's a legacy song for them.
And Axel didn't play with the old GNR, if I'm not mistaken, at all, ever once.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't. Not that I recall. Going back to the comments, Bailey votes Coma. And let's see, Frostbite votes Coma. So
Coma wins.
That broke it up. Coma won by 2 votes. Technically speaking, strictly speaking, Use Your Illusion 1 wins because Coma's on UIY 1. But since we moved it for the sake of this comparison to Use Your Illusion 2, then that makes Use Your Illusion 2 the winner of our battle of the illusions.
Illusions battle. But at the end of the day, they're both winners. So
we're all winners.
Yes, a winner is you.
A winner is you. Yeah. Oh man. Well, guys, are you guys? I know we said that it would be like 20 minutes. We'd have you guys on.
Yeah,
and that was a fucking lie.
I'm so sorry for keeping people fucking waiting here. I mean, the listeners are joining.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta clean up my new tattoo that I got. I got the the
Oh,
radio.
let's see.
I get the radio from the Brave Little Toaster. It's underneath.
Oh, that's really cool.
Right now.
Sweet.
So it's like blood on it right now. So.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So yeah, I got to clean that up right now.
Well, Brando, thanks for sticking coming in. It was cool to have you back as always.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Hey, nice to see you after a while, brother. I hope all your life is grand, and I've been following everything on the internets, and keep it going, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. You know, Guns N' Radio support. You know, we're all Guns N' Roses fans.
Hell yeah.
With our own outlet, and we're having fun with it. So.
As I've always told Brando, we're fighting for the same team.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Hey,
I agree.
if you ever need some guests, we'll be glad to come back on if you need. So, vice versa. You know.
Yeah,
I love doing other people's show because you don't have to
Hell
edit
yeah.
any shit.
I gave you a shout out, Dustin, because I think Chris had mentioned you wanted to do the Chicago review, but I had some fans that already put out their, they already volunteered themselves, and I just try to get on the regular everyday fan that doesn't always have a microphone.
Right
for them. So, but if you guys go to another show, if you want to review it, same thing with to you, Jeff. Just let me know. We'll work something.
Health
Okay.
matters in the family have kept me from doing concerts this past season, so very slim chance I'll still have an opportunity to do Columbus, but we'll see.
Whatever it is, as long as I keep going, we'll figure it out. We'll find a spot for you, Jeff.
Hell yeah.
Well, I hope you do keep going for a long time to come, man. But thanks. Thanks for being on, man. And everybody go check out Appetite for Distortion if you haven't already.
Twitter, Instagram, all over the internet.
I appreciate it.
Let's face it, you probably already have if you're listening to this show, but, if you haven't, for that one
it was
guy
the genesis
out there.
partially for this, so.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for your time.
Well, thank you
We
for
love
coming,
you,
man.
Sid, brother.
Bye.
All right, so up next, we're going to review Life's Sweet Drug. Since Frostbite's here, I sent him an invite if he wants to join us, since he's watching along, since he was...
GN Radio superfan, Mason Frost. Let's go, baby.
Did France fall asleep?
Yeah,
maybe.
it's like 3-4 in the morning there right now.
Yeah, who would blame him if he did?
I mean,
He was asleep through the whole absurd release. He woke up like, what the fuck?
oh yeah, because I was like 6 in the morning his time, I think.
Oh man, dude, Rick was asleep when during the absurd release. Oh, there's the man.
Here we go.
Can I talk about the discussion that we had about who would play us in movies?
Oh yeah.
Can I talk about that, or would that offend you, man?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so one thing you got to get used to if we ever hang out, Caputo, you'll find this out when you come to the States in a few months.
We're working on that.
The way I play with my friends is I like to razz my friends, and I expect to be razzed back. It's just, I guess it's part of, from the being in the wrestling business, I don't fucking know. I just always razz my friends when I'm an asshole. What can I say? So we were sitting at, and I've been thinking about Frost here for a minute, and ever since we met this cat, I've been wondering, who does this cat remind me of?
I'm glad you kept me on your mind.
And it hit me. It hit me while we was eating or drinking or probably getting drunk. Let's be real. No, Franz is awake. He says, no, I'm working on the Rick ass graphic. Oh, boy. Maybe we'll get that before the end of the show.
Oh, God.
We might get that before the end of the show. Folks, there's a lot of show to go
I
still.
was going to say, hey, Franz just posted something on our Discord, too, if you want to check that out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'll go check it out. But
I'll show you right here. Hang on. He posted the maggot full of pussies.
Yeah, I don't think we could show that on the live stream, but
You did for a second. Don't worry. We're not gonna
well, it was blurry. They can't really tell. Go to our Discord where we're uncensored. So me, Frost, and Rick. No, we don't pay for 4K. Fuck that. It's too expensive. Fucking SD is breaking me every fucking month. I cringe when I get that StreamYard bill on my fucking account. But it's worth it because we love you guys. So it was me, Frost, and Rick, and I was sitting there and I was like, we was talking about who would play us in movies. That come up, and I said, well, Frost is Macaulay Culkin, hands down. Like,
But then I showed you that picture, and it was scary how close it was.
it is pretty scary how close it is. And then we got the who would play me and Rick. Well, obviously for me, Seth Rogen. I mean, there's no other alternative as to who's going to play me because, I mean, look at me. Seth Rogen all fucking day. And then it's like, well, who's going to play Rick? And then Frost is like, well, we'll just go all out and make it James Franco. And then I was like, you know what? I would go see a movie with that lineup. I would go see that. And then you told me something about when you was a kid. What was it you said?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to get, that I looked like him from Home Alone. When I was still little, about that age, and I even had people who used to ask me to do the thing with like my hands up on my face, make like the. But then after I grew up, and then I seen that picture that I showed you, where he let his hair grow out long like that and was real skinny. It wasn't even just like I grew up as a kid looking like him. I grew up getting to be an adult, and
he's doing it on purpose. Macaulay Culkin checked out Frostbite's band or something.
I can't even have my own style without this dude, stalking me and stealing it.
Bailey says, "Who would play Jeff?" I don't know. Let's think on this. Who would play Jeff?
First person to say Seth Green gets a nuts full of my foot.
Actually, I was gonna say Chuck Norris.
I can see that. Chuck Norris. I can see that. Go to Chuck Norris.
What's that guy? What's the dude? He's not gonna like this one as much. But what's the guy that runs that? I think it's like a movie company. Is his name like Rob?
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard. Yeah.
Ron Howard. Ron Howard's bald. You'd have to put a wig on him.
He can put it like just.
I could pass as little Opie. Little Opie Taylor. I would say back in the day, Opie Taylor and I would be a good. If there was some like Back to the Future weird time travel stuff, like when we were both like 10 or 11 years old, we probably looked the same. That's true.
Oh wait, Ron Howard's not bald. I'm thinking of the fat dude from Spinal Tap that used to be on All in the Family. Ron Howard's not bald, but now that I've gotten them back uncrossed in my brain, I can see it now.
Ivan Reitman?
No, he was Meathead on All in the Family.
I know who you're talking about.
Ron something, not Howard. Fuck it, it's not important. Who'd play Caputo?
Wait, I think I've mentioned this before. Like, I get comparisons to Adam Devine all the time.
No, man, with your glasses on, you got to get Rick Moranis out of fucking retirement.
Okay, look.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
We've typecasted everybody else. Caputo's casting is going to be the one that we make way off, but we're still going to have a connection. We'll get Drake to play Caputo.
Hey, we got the Canadian connection there.
He looks nothing like Caputo, but yeah, he's Canadian.
Don't worry, I'll get the fade with the stupid shit in my hair to work.
No, man. I think he's saying Jeff Bridges would play Jeff.
Me?
I think it's what.
I'll take the dude. The dude can play me.
The dude. Oh yeah.
The dude.
I'll abide to that. I could take that.
See, Caputo, I was going to be less good and say the guy that played Mario in Super Mario Brothers because he's already played Mario once. You might as well do it.
John Leguizamo?
Leguizamo? I think it was.
Is that him?
I don't know who that is.
I happen to know who played Mario off the top of your head.
I'll give you kudos.
Wasn't it the guy that it was either John Leguizamo or the guy that played the Pawn Star clerk in the Crow movie? It was those two guys who played Mario and Luigi. And I read an article where they were fucking drunk the entire time they made that movie.
See, I'm trying to think of actors that wear the big stash. Ron Jeremy. There we go. We get Ron Jeremy to play Caputo.
I just looked it up. It's actually Bob Hoskins who played Mario. There we go. Someone else in the comments saying Bob Hoskins.
My bad. Not Bob.
Ron Jeremy can play me from the waist down. He can play me from the waist down in the nude scene.
Oh, are we having sex scenes in our movie? We didn't even discuss that.
I mean, why not? Fuck it. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
So we're turning this into a softcore porn for like skin and
not with each other, no, because I don't want those fucking. I don't want to start getting those goddamn. What do you call it? Those fucking cartoons that people make of like Axel and Slash making out and shit. Those fucking animated.
We're on Rule 34, bro.
Yeah, well, Rule 34. We exist, so. Oh man, that's unfortunate.
Look, the Guns and Radio fan fiction.
Oh, please don't. If you do, we'll read it on the show. Whatever.
Dude, that's a good segment. We need some stuff to kill time.
Well, guys, we're gonna listen to the song of the day 2 fucking hours into the goddamn episode. We're gonna finally listen to the song of the day. Life's Sweet Drug by Slash's Snakepit. Now, I do have some bad news. Last week I demolished our speaker, Paul Stanley style, to end the finale. And it broke into a bunch of pieces. I don't know why I still have it here. So, we don't have that anymore, obviously. And so instead, I'm just going to play it off my phone and hope for the best. Does that sound like shit? I dig this riff though.
Yeah. Oh,
What's this guy's name again?
this is the Rod Jackson era of
Rod
Snake.
Jackson.
Yeah, it's from In Life Grand.
Fucking
He's cool as fuck, man. He was a great interview.
Oh yeah, I listened to him on Brando's show.
Yeah.
Dude, so far I'm digging this. I got it.
Yeah, dude, it's just like down here and here, like a little chugging along right there. Oh man, this is good shit so far.
Oh yeah, it's like smashing you in the damn face like over and over again. This is great.
Yeah.
I do want to say since we gotta take. I do want to say real quick though, because I'm looking through Facebook right now, and I want to issue an apology to our former guest on the show, or at least on Getting Dizzy with It, Mr. Jesse Jackson. I accidentally butt dialed him the other day. We had a nice chat. Mm-hmm. Had a good little chat, but it was an accidental butt dial, and I apologize for that. But yeah, dude, I have to remember we're doing a podcast here, and we need to discuss the song. But it's a banger, man. So
it is a very good banger.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. If you want me to get into lyrics, I got the lyrics pulled up here if you want.
Yeah, so let's take a break and let's hear some lyrics. So read us some lyrics, Caputo.
Sure. We'll start verse 1 here. Hey, what you doing out there? Did you tumble down and burn out in the fire? You ain't going nowhere. Stay with me now. Let's get higher and higher. I, dead broken blue. Take a look. Boy, I ain't no rose. We, just you and me, got a little tied up and now I'm indisposed. That's like the first verse right there.
Is that a knock on Axl?
Who the hell knows? It's very much about like drugs and stuff, I guess. I assume so far.
Well, I don't think Slash was writing the lyrics to this, so.
You don't think so?
Probably not. It's probably like Rod Jackson writing this stuff.
I'd be impressed if it was.
I think Slash has said he doesn't write most of his lyrics for his song, that he has very little to do with the lyrics.
That's interesting. All right, I'm going to hit play. Damn. Bailey says poetry reading on GNR radio. That's what we do. That's what we do.
That's how I usually read these lyrics.
Fucking Dylan
Yeah.
right there, man.
Okay, read the next lyric, but this time when you continue the lyrics, what I want you to do, Chris, is I want you to like drag on your cigarette like William Shatner does when he's doing his spoken word shit.
Yeah. So we're going to start from like the second verse?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here. He had a 7-year itch, losing and scratching himself. She was a complicated bitch. Hang on. She'll fuck with your mind, put your balls on a shelf. Keep it going once it started. Share the ride with everybody. Life, such a sweet, sweet drug. Complete my world, come and make me numb.
How do they spell cum in that lyric?
It's COME. It's not that. this is
I'm just curious. I'm just checking because either way it works. So you know.
That.
Solo time.
Like balls to the wall.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Cool transition. Really cool.
Yeah, I'm digging this.
It's hard to speak over the music, dude. Good shit.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Very good shit, man.
I don't want to see the ad though.
Oh, not
Thank
that
you,
though.
YouTube. Wow. Well, where do we begin? First off, I want to read Bailey's comments here. He says poetry. Well, no. He says maybe it's about Perla
Oh.
or Renee in
geez.
this case.
No, I think he was probably dating or married to Perla by this time. Because like the early 90s, that was his Renee was his first wife. Yeah, so I think by this time it was the Perla era.
Okay.
I was gonna say they probably had kids by this time. I think, anyways, one at least.
One kid's about 21 right now, so
Yeah.
the oldest, what is that, Hudson?
Yeah, the
Who
drummer.
may or
forget
may not
Slasher's
have
kid.
gone through rehab already.
What?
Yeah,
Holy fuck!
Wouldn't be
stepping in
surprised.
Daddy's footsteps. Then
yeah. I don't know if you guys were privy to that information, but that's
that's news
if
to
you
me.
do the math with him and leaving. What was that band with Trujillo and Scott Weiland's kid? And
Oh, Suspect 208 or 108, whatever.
yeah, but it was before that. Whatever that.
When they were still doing classes slacked.
Yeah, classics.
Oh, his first band, yeah.
And like he's just
Wait, so
faded away
Slash's
from that
kid
band.
is in a band or what?
Yeah,
He's a drummer.
He's in a different one every week. Now they're doing one called like Saint Electric or something like that.
Oh, that's what it's called now? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Okay.
But, yeah, he kind of, like, fell off the radar with no press of him leaving that band. And
Well, like none of those guys are in that band. That band's like Classless Act's still a band, but it's like all different people now.
Kind of like
Wow.
Quiet Riot.
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yep.
Don't diss
Well-
Alex, though, man. He's the heart and soul of that band.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go and we're going to review the song. And Mason, I'm going to let you go first. Tell us what you thought of the song.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good song. It was just straight ahead hard rock. I think it actually almost seemed like they picked up the tempo when they went into the guitar, so like just picked it up and went twice as fast just then and shredded it out. I think I'm in the minority though of most people that I've heard's opinion when I actually prefer the first Snakepit album.
Oh yeah, I think we've talked about that before on the show.
But I have gotten more into Ain't Life Grand as I've listened, continued to listen to it. But I thought that was really good. I'd probably say a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. Jeff, what do you think?
Give it a solid 4 out of 5. Straight 4 for rock and roll. I think it's a little faster. It's a little faster. It was a little faster. I dig it. I got nothing to say wrong about it. I dug it a lot.
All right. Chris, you want to go next or you want me to go next?
I'll go next. Yeah, this is fucking balls to the walls, rock and roll, just like going blazing fast, or as fast as humanly possible in this case. But yeah, I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. Like literally, I'm literally adding this to my rock playlist right now on Spotify. Like that's how fucking good this song is to me. Just hearing it already one time, and I'm like, I will definitely be listening to this if it ever comes up on a shuffle, or if I want to listen to just some Slash stuff. So definitely 4 out of 5 for me. Really good song.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. What I liked about it is kind of how we talked about in the guitar solo, how it speeds up. It almost descends into chaos, like Welcome to the Jungle in that.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that just adds so much to it, how like GNR music is always like on the brink of falling apart and falling into utter chaos that makes no fucking sense. But then somehow it always just somehow fucking works, man. And yeah, so for me, I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 as well, because I too will be adding this to my playlist. I'll be listening to this again. So, well, with that, guys, we're getting ready to wrap up the season 1 or season 3.
Season 1. Are we going back in time now?
2 goddamn years. Yeah, we're getting to wrap up the season 3 finale right now, and so you guys ready to spin the wheel and see what we're doing next week? Anybody want to make bets on what we're going to get?
You mean the season 3 premiere?
Oh yeah, premiere. My bad.
Jesus Christ! You went from the end of 1 to the beginning of the 1 to the end of 3. That, but beginning of 3.
Look, man, it's way past my bedtime at this point. This is supposed to be an hour show. We're an hour and 7 minutes over what we had planned. So,
hey, man,
which I'm not bitching about. I've had a great time. I thought this was a great episode.
Fuck, when we do it live, man, there's no time limits anymore.
You did it.
Yeah. Fucking do it live.
France did it. Hold on.
Oh yeah, France posted the thing. Hang on, we did get it before the. Hang on, let's roll over to Discord because I want to see this before we spin the wheel.
If y'all want to see this, join the Discord. Link in Twitter, Instagram, and It's not loading.
Is there a way I can show that? I don't think they've got a way I can show pictures. Oh no, I can show you the.
Pull it up on your phone.
He's in my ass. That's where Rick is. Oh man! Well, that's gonna get us kicked off, man. I don't know. And somebody's in the crowd with a sign that says, "Where's Rick?"
So it rasp matters.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the Rasp Matters sign. Let's see if I get it in here.
Yeah.
What does it say? Rasp
Matters. Oh, we did get it before the end of the show. That's the perfect wrap up. That's perfect. Oh man, that worked out so good.
That was good.
All right. Well, guys, oh man, if you're, I don't know if we're doing a GN Extra tonight or not.
No, I think we're gonna skip that.
No, but I'm feeling rapid fire coming up.
Oh God, no!
Rapid fire.
No. I'd rather do Duff than that.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think? What do you think it's going to be?
Probably an Izzy song, realistically.
I was say odds are it's Duff or Izzy.
Yeah. Let's see.
Viv and Sister Fanny Juju Hounds.
Jab and Sister Fanny.
All right, Juju Hounds, man.
By the Juju Hounds. That's coming up next week
Hell
on
yeah.
Guns and Radio.
So
We'll
like
be
the
listening to that.
second or third Juju Hounds song we covered. There's like very few of them.
Franz,
Well,
I
they
just
had
saw
one out,
Franz's comment. Yeah, but we haven't really reviewed much from it. We've got a lot of Izzy, but we hadn't really got much. Franz says he was going to bed, so yeah, good call. Thanks,
Nice,
Franz.
little brother. Night,
Yeah,
night, buddy.
Good night, you fucking legends.
Thank you for ending our podcast on such a high note. And I want to thank everybody for... oh, wait, what's he saying? I was hoping for Swiss rolls of mine for next week. Go look at the remixes Franz has posted in our Discord. Is that Dustin? Is that YouTube Dustin Bones in those videos? Because if it is, I'd like to. If you have contact with that guy, I'd like to have him on the show. Maybe clear my name once and for all. Mm-hmm. Good night, Franz. So thank you everybody for supporting the show for the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. I want to especially thank Bailey, Franz, Frost for being here and commenting with us in the section. Thanks to Rick for also being there in the comment section with us, and thanks to Bubba for his comment as well. Mm-hmm. And thank you, the Guns Radio listener, for being here with us as we kick off our 3rd year in business. And, man, we've got a lot of cool shit coming up this year, so I'm really excited about it. Yeah. So awesome. Before we go, I do have one last thing to comment on the list that I didn't get around to. And that's, nobody asked about it like I figured that they would, so I could probably get away with not addressing it, but in case somebody does, I am going to say something here about the Rick situation in Chicago. All I'm going to say is this situation is ongoing. There's a lot of shit going on that I cannot talk about. I mean, Rick's told me what's going on, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's confidential shit, man, right now. This situation has gotten the fuck out of control. What happened to Rick in Chicago was fucking uncalled for. Rick was assaulted, and there is no...
He was assaulted by a bodyguard who was there to protect the band.
He was no threat.
He's a bodyguard, period. That's what your job is. You don't go pick out people and beat them up and escort them out of shows. Your job is to protect the person from the crowd. End of story.
Yeah.
End of story. You're not the enforcer. All right? End of story. You're a fucking hired legal bodyguard. You protect. You don't invoke. End of story.
Well, I'm not going to say nothing else about it.
That's
at the end of the day, yeah. Rick was not a threat. He was assaulted. This was a show put on for the little kiss asses in the front row that called Fernando as soon as they seen a post that Rick might be around, and Rick was assaulted. Rick was hurt. He had to go to the doctor. It's a fucked up situation, and it's gone too fucking far. And there were 2 videos that were uploaded to Facebook, one during the show and one that came on during the assault. Which one do you think got taken down?
The live one did.
The assault is the one they took down, not the one of the footage of the concert, but the one where he's getting assaulted and mysteriously gets fucking taken down. Well, no, that's okay because we've already made backups, and I want to thank.
What Facebook took down his post?
The one
Bannon went after his post of it being live.
Yeah. The one that he
Franz
went live
said
on?
it. I didn't know if Franz wanted to be in this bullshit or not. He backed it up. Thank you, Franz, because if Franz hadn't have done that, we would have lost a crucial piece of evidence here. And
Yeah, I got
so
that from Franz to Rick. Like, yeah.
So yeah, that was a lifesaver when they took that down. But joke's on fucking you, because I have a copy of it now. I just got a copy of it. Franz has a copy of it. We all have copies of it. So if Rick's copy somehow comes up fucking mysteriously disappeared, then we've got 3 other fucking backups, and I put mine on a disc, so good luck fucking finding that. And it's a fucked up situation. Rick was assaulted. It's not over by a long shot, and that's all I'm going to fucking say about the situation until it's over and it's been resolved, which could take years. So
Agreed, but the problem is that he's not going to go after the band. He's going after TB and TB.
I'm not saying what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't want to speak out of school, but I want to say that, like, you can't find certain people and like, don't go after Frank, because he's going to sit there and not know what the fuck he's talking about. So,
well, right? No. It's he's got his shit together on this.
I agree. I've been in contact with him, etc. So,
but that's all I'm going to say publicly about it.
Yeah, and he's not gonna, and he's been advised not to speak publicly about it either. So that's it. He's not going to do any more interviews, as far as I know, about it, or at least talk about it in an interview forthcoming until it's resolved.
Yes. I don't think it would be a smart idea if he did, because
loose lips sink ships. It's real simple.
Yes. And so I'm keeping that close to my chest until it's resolved. When it's resolved, I'll talk about it all day. Hopefully we'll still be on the air, and Rick can come on and tell the story himself. But from what I saw while I was there, I didn't see the actual assault take place. But I saw Rick after the show, and that man was fucking assaulted. And we have photographs of his injury. You know what? That's all I'm going to say.
He even sent me fucking photographs, too. I was like, oh, my God.
So
it's well documented.
It is.
It has been well documented, and this shit ain't over.
This is my favorite part is the camera's unbiased and it doesn't lie.
That's true.
Exactly.
But I said I would address it, so I addressed it. That's all. You got all I'm going to give you. And guys, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for tuning in to the Season 3 premiere of the Guns and Radio podcast. And be sure to come back next week when we're going to be jiving Sister Fanny. I can't wait to make the fucking cover art for this one.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Before we send off here, I just want to give even more thanks to... thank you, Jeff, for staying with us for 2+ hours on this stream. Also, thanks to Brando as well for coming in. I know we had to dip a little early, but hopefully, I think we're going to definitely try and get him back on again. Hopefully, when he's I know he's a busy dude, so whenever we got to get him on to do an actual song review of sorts, since he had to leave right before we did one. But want to thank him again as well for coming on. It's always a pleasure having anyone on the show, even we got fans, other people, friends of ours, I gotta say, doing 2 years plus now of the show, it made a lot of people we could consider friends and stuff too. So I can
oh yeah,
I talk to constantly. We made some good friends along the way, so that's what I love about doing this fucking
COVID
podcast.
shit hits and throws a fucking big wrench in everything.
Yeah, and I can't even fucking come and visit without having to do fucking 600 tests. And oh fuck.
Have they give you the old up the chute yet?
No, I would never fucking do those. I'd rather pay extra to not get that shit there. No way. I'll do the saliva fucking whatever, boom, send it off.
I don't know, man. With all the variants going around, we're going to get a butt variant pretty soon. You watch.
There's fucking 200 fucking variants of this stuff.
There's the only way to test this new variant.
At a point, you got to learn to live with this.
It's gynecologically, ladies. Let me in.
Hey, Dustin. Caputo likes it with 2 fingers.
Well, that's how that's how you got to do the COVID test. Is you got to go in there with the 2 fingers and then spread them out and fill in there real good. And then sometimes you even got to get the whole fist in there to really get a hold of the virus. And
you just rip it out.
You
Rip it out.
Rip that virus right out.
Pull it out with the devil.
You remember them preachers and shit that was talking about they were condemning COVID-19. I blow the wind of God.
Yeah. Jesus is my vaccine.
Oh man, well, but we're gonna keep talking out our ass. We'll hang out a little bit after the show, folks. But for everybody else, though, good night. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the live stream, we've had a blast. And we'll be back next week for an all-new edition of Guns Radio. And until then, I'm Dustin Bones.
And I'm Chris Caputo. Season 3 has just begun, and we'll see you next week as we continue on. Peace!